This is an LLD production.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Owlia's Opinions. You have now entered the revolution and joined the musical gateway connecting past, present, and future. I am your host, Armon Owlia. I am a journalism student at Drexel University in Philadelphia. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Let's just get this started. So, I hope you guys enjoyed our last episode. It's not the second highest listened to episode in Owlia's Opinions history. I'm very happy that if you enjoyed it, and I'm very happy about how it came out. I mean, obviously, after 4 months, I was a little scared, I had a little rust, but I don't think I did. So, I mean, obviously, it's up to you guys, but I don't think I did. The point is, I did mention in our last episode that I was going to change things up starting right about now. And by the way, thank you, Zach Crow, for that awesome intro music and also for our wonderful outro music that you're going to be hearing in a moment or two. So, how am I going to fix this up? Well, first of all, I'm going to be getting bi-weekly guests. So, let me introduce my first one ever. So, let's see. Oh yeah, he is a writer, a rapper, a producer, a scholar. He is a hero. He is the blue sweater wearing, glasses, beard wearing rapper, my good friend, ladies and gentlemen, Checo. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Yeah, so so tell us a little bit about yourself besides everything I just said.
All right, so, just to go off of what you said, I'm a artist, engineer, producer. And I actually came to Drexel so as to learn more of like the technical side of my craft, just so that I would be able to start a musical idea from start to finish, be it production, writing the lyrics, and eventually engineering and making sure I had other avenues as well. So, if artistry didn't work, I could be a producer. If producer didn't work, I could be an engineer. But my first two loves, artist and producer, baby.
Yeah, and it's so perfect actually that we're going to be doing this episode because we have a lot to cover. We've got an HBO documentary called The Defiant Ones. The Defiant Ones, indeed. A film that actually broke the rating scale. Was it for positive? Was it for negative? Who knows? Well, you will in a moment. And then we're going to be talking about in the rap world, hex, a major hex.
Yeah.
Something so bad that even Justin Bieber doesn't want to talk about it. Yes.
I wonder what it is.
Yes, I wonder what it is. It could be...
Sounds like another language. Huh?
Yes, we're talking about mumble rap.
Damn.
Yes. No, that's Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, all right.
Although I think I will be mentioning Kendrick a little bit on this one. You'll be surprised.
Yeah,
you
sure.
will be surprised. I promise you. And then we're going to debate whether or not mumble rap should even be considered rap. Adrian, what do you think about that?
Well, we'll get to it. There's a lot to say about it.
I can answer that in one word. No. Debate over. Okay. No. I promise. I'm not going to cheat you guys.
We'll get to it. It's going to be a juicy conversation.
Oh, it is going to be juicy.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be juicier than a filet steak. Yes. And speaking of steaks, and really more speaking of money, look what I'm wearing right now, Checo. What am I wearing?
It's a high-stakes sweater you got there.
It's a high-stakes sweater, but it's not just any high-stakes sweater. Whose sweater would it be?
I don't know. Tell us.
You don't know? Oh yeah, it's mine. Yes, so the revolution is here, sweaters. As you can see, if you look on the new poster, which we have put up, yes, that is actually a piece of merchandise now you can get at shop.spreadshirt.com/love, learn, debate. You can find it literally on the front page. You just go, you purchase, put in your paying information, and it'll come to you pretty quickly. I got mine in about 4 days. I don't think it's that bad, all things considered. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I think it's great, honestly. But you know what? Enough about merchandise because y'all can buy merchandise whenever you want. Y'all came here to listen to musical discussion, right? And also to hear probably one of us drop money into the swear box.
If I had only brought my $50.
If only you did.
Be Very, very anticlimactic.
Yes, it would.
Probably wouldn't even fit in that swear jar.
Probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, although you're a New York-based rapper, so it's going to be difficult for you. Speaking of which,
I guess.
You are a freestyle rapper, and our first time ever.
Well, I can freestyle, but I'm not a freestyle rapper.
Okay, fair enough.
If you were to put me on Double XL right now, I mean, it'd be a little scary.
Would be, yeah.
I will admit.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to suspend swear box rules, although you will be bleeped if you swear. I want you to do a freestyle
All right.
about this show.
Okay. Are you going to give me a beat?
Nope, there will be no beat.
Really?
Yep.
Go do it to me.
Go for it.
Okay. I was watching Defiant Ones one day. It was about Dr. Dre and his crew. Oh, hey, I remember Jimmy Iovine. He was moving in the studio, grooving. Yeah, he was working with Bruce Springsteen, someone else. I can't even remember all the names. Oh, my. Well, I'm just trying to keep a flow going. I mean, Armon staring at me really. Oh, no. I mean, I guess I lost the flow, but I'm going to keep it going like I have to move real slow because I remember when they flipped the Ferrari. Oh, no. All I ever wanted was a specific car, yo. Well, I want the Hemi 392. I just want to groove smooth. Okay, I'm done. I'm just going to keep going. I wish I had a beat, but if you keep looking at me, I'm going to speak. You know what? We'll keep going.
And dude, try not to show the hate because the 3 letters are going love, learn, debate.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, just thought I'd add that on there.
Now, were you thinking about that the whole time I was rapping, or did you come up with that off the dome?
Just came up with that.
All right, you weren't writing secretly, were you?
You saw the notes on Defiant Ones I have here.
Okay.
Did you see any of that in there?
No.
Nah.
No.
That was
Just checking.
Yeah.
All right.
Although to be fair, I've been thinking about what rhymes with debate for a while. So
Got you.
yeah.
Are you as passionate about it as Eminem was when he said there is something that can rhyme with orange?
Yeah, actually, believe it or not, it was with another journalist he was talking about that with. Do you remember which one?
I don't.
Anderson Cooper.
Interesting.
That was on 60 Minutes, actually.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
He was really passionate about that.
Yes, of course, talking about things that rhyme with orange, which, believe it or not, is possible. But we will get to that, I promise, at another time.
Yes, we will.
Yes, so let us talk about the Defiant Ones, shall we?
Yes.
Yes, the Defiant Ones, the HBO documentary released about 2 years ago about Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine. Now, for the average person, I think everyone's heard of Dr. Dre. If not from his music, definitely by his, his speakers, his headphones, the fact that he's like one of the richest people in music, probably one of the richest people in the world.
Yeah, you'd have to check, but
Yeah.
he definitely was hip-hop's first billionaire.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And also, do not forget, his own product was purchased by Apple for $3 billion. Yes. It does not get better than that.
Yeah, especially the story behind, how they created it, how impromptu it was. But Jimmy Iovine put so much force behind it, as he usually does with most of the things he does.
Yeah. It's amazing what these guys can do, and it's crazy. But anyway, we're gonna get into that right now. Director, of course, is Alan Hughes of Book of Eli fame, and he actually won an NAACP award for this for outstanding directing. Takes place between April 2014 and August 2015. I think we had a bit of a cut actually when we were recording this, but anyway, but we'll see. If you guys missed it, I said this takes place between April 2014 and August 2015. Just to repeat that. Takes place between the Apple deal and the release of Dr. Dre's final album, simply entitled Compton. Compton, of course, being Compton, California, where he was born, he's raised, and he's grown up since. Yes. So, of course, we have Dr. Dre, the rapper, the producer, the executive, the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. Not kidding. He's actually a member of the Hall of Fame as a member of NWA.
That's awesome.
And if you want me to say what NWA stands for, forget it. I don't have a quarter to drop in that. Not going to say it. Anyone else can say it. And
Bleeps with attitude? For the sake of the audience?
Yeah, bleeps with attitude.
There you go.
Yes, and we can get away with saying that. If you want to figure out what bleeps means, your prerogative. Your prerogative. We're not going to say it here. The founder, by the way, of 3 record labels. 3. How many people do you know can say they founded 3 record labels?
Probably Jimmy Iovine.
Probably Jimmy, which is funnily enough, the other guy in this documentary, the other half, the co-founder of Beats Electronics, the legendary first sound engineer turned producer turned executive, the creator of Interscope, which is probably the most powerful label in the world, is responsible for probably the careers of every major artist right now. Pretty much every major one can be traced back to Interscope, Iovine, and Dre.
Yeah, they are killing it.
They are really killing
since they started practically.
Oh, they absolutely have. Mm-hmm. So of course, the first part of it, they just come out of the gate strong, and they come out with just this all-star cast. I'm just going to go through this. I have a list here of everyone who you see just in the first the first minute of Defiant Ones. Are you ready? We have Eminem. We have John Landau, who is actually an executive. He's actually, I believe he's the attorney for Iovine, if I remember correctly, John Landau. Snoop Dogg, Tom Petty, Patti Smith, Bono, Ice Cube, David Geffen, Nas, Dr. Dre himself, obviously, Stevie Nicks, Sean Puffy Combs, other known as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Brother Love. He has a myriad of names.
Yes, he does.
Of course. Gwen Stefani, Doug Morris, Will.i.am, Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails, Jimmy Iovine himself, and of course, the boss. New Jersey's ultimate boss, Bruce Springsteen. Yes, because we were born to run, baby. We were born to run. Just imagine, that's just the first 1 minute of the movie. Just seeing these guys.
Yeah.
That's how you know how big this documentary is going to be. And of course, they start with the story of how Dr. Dre accidentally leaks the Beats deal.
That was pretty funny.
Oh, that was wonderful. And it actually demonstrates very well, the character between these two. Yes. And, the differences between the two. And also provides an idea of what you're going to see. It's a very intimate thing. Yeah. It gives an intimate feel, which you see in 2, 3, and 4. It cuts the way, you have a conversation with phone calls and all that. And, they even mention Robert De Niro and Goodfellas. And the second they say that, guess who pops up on the screen? Robert De Niro and Goodfellas. It's just, it really gives you an idea of what's going on and gives you sort of I'm right here in the moment with these guys.
It kind of kept you on your toes. Wait, that person too? Oh my goodness. It was really good.
And of course, Tyrese, the man who literally ruins everything. Sorry, Tyrese, but the second you ruined Fast and Furious, you ruined it.
Damn.
You know what you did. Because of you, we're having Hobbs and Shaw.
That's hurtful.
I know. Hobbs and Shaw itself is hurtful, so.
Yeah.
To be fair, I love The Rock and I love Jason Statham. But
the narration's all this. Not the narration, but the narrative is all the same. Same story.
Yeah.
Every movie.
Yeah.
It gets
okay. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yes,
let's get back to this. And then, of course, the one part of the first part that I loved, the opening title sequence.
Yeah, it was pretty beefy.
That was just on beat, on point. Everything shows the history of music just in that title sequence, and gives you, there's no narration except for a little bit at the end, and the piece of narration they shows is so perfect. I even wrote it down just to remember it. It's, you're about to hear what many people consider obscene language and ideas that are offensive. They are also popular. A pretty apt description, don't you think?
Of Interscope Records, I'd have to say.
Not just Interscope.
The whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Of the documentary, Dre, Iovine, their record labels, their history, everything. You see naked women.
Especially Death Row. And, that was America was not ready for that.
Let's go into Death Row, shall we?
Let's do it.
Part 3. That, if in case you guys watch it, which you guys should, part 3 is one of the toughest parts of the documentary to watch, because it's the darkest chapter. Granted, there are some really funny stories with Dionne Warwick and Suge Knight and Suge Knight in the diner. Oh, that was liquid gold. That was amazing.
How he just stood in the diner and just waited.
Yeah, and they also put you in that as well. It looks like you see Suge eating in the diner, and you get all the phone calls, him picking up the phone, and you get this whole conversation with Dionne Warwick. It's just Like, it's so perfect. It's so well put together. And plus, at the end of each part, except for part 3, they actually do a musical interlude to get you excited for the next part.
Exactly. Yeah.
For the first part, if I remember correctly, was Boys in the Hood. From, oh my God. Like, when I heard, like, cruising down the street in my 6'4", I'm like, oh, yes. Yes, we're going to talk about NWA next.
Yeah, it was definitely a roller coaster of a documentary.
And then, of course, remember who they got to close out part 2?
Jogging my memory.
It's Snoop Doggy. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Legend.
Snoop Doggy. Whoa.
We can go for days just singing that.
Oh, my God. He's awesome, isn't he?
He smokes an amazing amount of weed.
Then he smokes an amazing lot of raps.
That's true.
He has a lot of awesome material, man. Oh my God, like really going through each like part 1 is so perfect when it comes to exposition. It really establishes who these two people are and how like they were born years apart. They had different upbringings, completely different mentalities, but they each found music pretty much the same way and have like this amazing work ethic that's actually instilled very early, where Dre could have easily just gone gangbanging very early on. He instead went and used his mixing machine to create remixes. You know, and also I have to admit, you know what the coolest part of that first part was? When Dr. Dre was talking about he was going from turntable to turntable, and you could actually hear the audio switch from the left track to the right.
Yeah, they had cute little things like that really kept you involved.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't really listen to music or like unaware of that, that's very difficult to do. I've actually tried that on this show, believe it or not. Failed miserably, so I just cut it.
Yeah.
It
sort of takes a certain amount of masterpiece work with editing, I would assume, right?
And skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, like everything is just so perfectly put together. There's not any fluff. Everything's just all beef and muscle, which is just like the ultimate, like, it's like the perfect metaphor for all of the music that they had. There hasn't been like, from each artist I've named and each artist that you see, name one single bad song that they've done.
Well, for Eminem, I know a lot of people didn't like the Revival album, so we'll put that to the side.
I love the Revival album, actually.
There was a lot of fans that didn't like it.
I know. Walk on Water, by the way, is so underrated as a song. I mean, it's like really gives you insight into Eminem's mind, and really, but okay, I'm not going to get into that. That's another story for another time.
Yes, it is.
Yes, that is. And of course, like going through each part, you know, going like the musical transitions from going from John Lennon to Dr. Dre, like
Also, how they bridged the two worlds. Like eventually, Dre and Ivy found each other.
Yeah,
and at first, Dre was in this whole different universe with gangster rap and the inner city, and Jimmy Iovine was, he did grow up in sort of a New York flavor, right? On the docks was where his father would be. But sort of that bridge between rock and roll and hip hop, and when they came together, they created something quite amazing with all the acts they signed.
Totally. And I'll tell you what, too, the cool part about that was that part in part 3, when Jimmy Iovine recalls sitting down for the first time, listening to The Chronic. Oh my God. Just like that conversational style, and plus like you can see where Iovine is going in his head when it comes to that music. And plus, who doesn't love a good little 1, 2, 3 into the 4? Snoop Doggy Dogg, Dr. Dre is at the door.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Classic.
I can quote that for days.
Yeah.
I think I have actually on some of those days anyway. But yeah, I mean, like, there's so many like tiny things. I literally have, I'm not kidding, 17 pages of notes on this episode just for the Defiant Ones alone. There was so much.
There's a lot of content there.
I know. Like, it's so explosive, and it moves so quickly though. Like you watch all this and like you see all this content and you realize, oh my God, 30 minutes just passed,
Yeah.
And that 30
just
minutes,
how much impact they had on popular culture.
30 minutes just feels like 2 for each one.
Yeah.
And each part has their own identity, but when you put them together, it just feels like one documentary.
Exactly.
That's very difficult to do.
Very.
Yeah. So we're coming up on now 19 minutes. So here's what we're going to do.
Are we going to get into mumble rap?
In a moment. But first, we got to give the final rating. Scale of hot, not, or hot, neutral, not. What do you give it?
Super hot.
or as I would say, because I actually did say it broke the scale, and it did. It's for white hot.
Oh, white hot.
It's white hot. Yes, it is white hot, folks.
I agree.
Defiant Ones is white hot, and trust me, I wish I could go into full detail, but unfortunately, this is like not meant to be like a 2-hour long show.
No, but you could watch.
Oh, absolutely. Go on HBO. If you have an HBO subscription, like put down this podcast, watch it now. You can play this podcast again after this. Trust me, I will not blame you.
It'll blow your mind.
Yeah, it will blow your mind. It's so beautiful. The narrative is amazing. The interviews are great. Everything. I couldn't find a single thing wrong with it.
They even flipped a Ferrari.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That hurt to watch.
Yeah, I know. And you even put that in your improv there.
Yeah. Yeah, it hurt.
Yeah, so just if you want to read that full review, though, by the way, lovelearndebate.com, click on the love tab, or better yet, it's going to be on the front page anyway, so go listen to it. So wonderful. So we're now going to take a break. We're coming up on the 20-minute mark. When we come back, we are going to talk about mumble rap, but first, I want to introduce our first musical guest of the day. She is anyway. I don't know why I said it. Sorry, Jaya.
I think she'll forgive you.
I hope so. Anyway, so Jaya is actually a mutual friend of mine. One of her friends is actually someone who has been on my show before. And she said, I want you to listen to this person and to her and just see what you think. I listened to her. I think she has an amazing sound, something that's very robust and strong, and just like you could put it on the market right now and it would probably sell like hotcakes. If you put under a different artist name, if it was like he said, it's a Taylor Swift album, you would buy it. Huge critical acclaim. I love it. I hope you guys love it. So Peer to Perform, Double Rainbow from the single of the same name. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaya.
Waterdrops fall from the sky whenever you're by my side. Waterdrops fall from my eyes when you leave again, but I'll be your fool for you. I'll be your fool for you. 'Cause I know wherever you go, there'll be sunshine in the morning and a double rainbow. And I know that it always rains when you come, but I just can't let you go. My double rainbow. Oh, double rainbow. You're my double rainbow. Even though every time I seem to say hi, it feels like seconds till goodbye. Even though I shouldn't have the rain, it means kissing you, I can't complain, yeah. 'Cause I know wherever you go, there'll be sunshine in the morning and a double rainbow. And I know that it always rains when you come, but I just can't let you go. My double rainbow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Double Rainbow by Jaya. Wow. Just what? Checo, what do you think about that, man?
Thought it was smooth.
Yeah. Jaya has a set of pipes on her, don't you think?
Yeah, she does. Hitting them riffs.
She can sing and and I think she arranged that too. Like, you're the better producer of the two of us. What do you think?
So you mean she produced it or she just arranged the instruments?
I think she did both, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Takes skill to do that.
It does. Yeah. I mean, like, some of those high notes I've heard, I've never thought in a million years that a lot of people could hit. And it's very difficult to hit those. Mm-hmm. I mean, I try them on the air, but I'm afraid that if I did that, glass would start to break and, well, you'd have a damaged phone in your hand.
True.
Yeah.
But it's Gorilla Glass, so I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, maybe. No, I'm talking to the viewers at home. But yeah. I will say this, though, guys. That was Double Rainbow by Jaya. It's available now, iTunes and Spotify. The links will be in the description. Let us get to the next part, which I have not been looking forward to talk about. Actually, I sort of have. I just really wanted to tear a new one.
Well, I mean, I've been looking forward to it. It's a hot debate.
Yes, it is. Actually, we're going to first get into the history of mumble rap. So people who don't know what it is can be enlightened by the two of us. Yes. So, you're the rapper, so I'm going to let you begin. To you, what is mumble rap?
Triplet flow.
All right.
Consisting of unbaked lyrics and a fire beat.
All right.
Is that a good explanation?
Yeah, what about the auto-tune?
It's just a flavor of the unbaked lyrics. That's how you make them sound good.
Yeah. So actually, I actually found a quote from Lil Uzi Vert. He said here, this is from genius.com. So you say yeah after every rhyme just to make it rhyme, no matter what it is.
He said that?
He said that.
That he says yeah.
Yeah.
After every rhyme?
Yeah. Yeah.
He admitted that.
He admitted that on genius.com.
God.
You know actually who came up with the name mumble rap?
Who?
Wiz Khalifa.
Really?
Yes, he did.
Did not expect that.
Yeah, he said, it was a bit derogatory, but not really. Like, This is the exact quote. This is from Ebro in the Morning from June 23rd, 2016. He says here, quote, "It ain't no disrespect to the little homies. They don't want to rap. It's cool for now. It's going to evolve."
And it did. You could argue.
And you can also argue that it evolved in something, well, terrible.
Well, evolved.
Devolved,
but I mean, the one thing that Offset was saying in an interview, was that, and I had to give him credit. I never thought about this. I was just, a New York cat hating because it wasn't real bars. We're used to some lyricism. Mm-hmm. He basically mentioned, like, if not for mumble rap, hip hop wouldn't have gone as mainstream.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it did get pretty big, I have to say.
Did. And I have to admit, I think part of the reason why is it actually has a pretty long history.
Yeah.
If you think about it. If you look at back in the 80s and the 90s with Bone Thugs and Harmony, DOS FX, like both of them actually are groups I do slightly enjoy. DOS FX a little bit more so. Like, They Want FX is probably one of my favorite raps too, just because of how lyrically insane it is. Like, I swear to you, Checo, I would love to see you sometime do that, but I doubt you could just because of how tight the lyrics are,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's a challenge for rappers, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I mean, like, that term itself too was actually popularized by Pete Rock because of his criticism of Lil Yachty.
Oh, you're bringing back bad memories.
Yeah, Yachty. Who did he call overrated again? Who did Yachty call overrated again?
Called some. I don't even remember.
Biggie. He called Biggie overrated.
Oh no, I remember that.
Yeah,
man, this is bringing shame to my heart, and I didn't even say it.
I know.
How do you gonna say Biggie's overrated, bro?
I don't know, man.
Bugging, like, come on.
That's why Pete Rock decided to come out and say, "Hey, man, like, what you're doing is mumble rap. You're not rapping. It's mumble rap."
Yeah, in a way, I guess a big reason why it got so much hate, was because in addition to being different, whether good or bad, sometimes they'd step on the toes of the OGs, as we would say in the hip hop community, and just kind of throw shade at what was. Like, you don't have to. You can make it a little bit more graceful. Yeah, but we'll keep going.
Here's a good question though: if I said the names Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Biggie, Dre, Would you call them old and washed up?
No, I'd say they're very current. I mean,
yeah,
they affected the sound in ways that are still being felt.
Tell it to them mumblers because they all think that they're overrated. Including Tupac, too, which is like... nah, you don't...
You can't... there's no such thing
as Tupac being overrated.
Yeah.
He's underrated, if anything.
He was definitely more than what people thought. He's a downright poet.
Yeah. Would you also say it's also, it's mainly called mumble rap just basically how it's delivered in general?
Yeah, I mean, you got the triplet flow. Yeah. Right? As Snoop Dogg was making fun of and he did it more perfect than me.
Yeah.
He's really funny about it. But I think really what it is that we're seeing too many copycats.
Yeah.
So the first few mumble rappers were new.
Yeah.
The first few were different.
Would you say like one of the first was like Lil Wayne a little bit with Lollipop?
Well,
or if not Lollipop, he's definitely a Millie.
I would say that he wasn't a mumble rapper, but the southern hip hop scene was looked over for a long time, right?
Yeah.
And so in a way, as I kind of saw it progress, I was happy that the South got so big.
Yeah.
And they also showed the East Coast like what's wrong with us, how every rapper thinks he's king of the world, and like not many New York rappers collab anymore, right? Meanwhile,
I'm
all the Atlanta rappers
W for no reason.
All the Atlanta rappers took over because they were all collabing with one another. They didn't have that kind of beef that New Yorkers have, right? And in LA, I mean, they've started doing this with like Earth Gang and Dreamville. It's fire.
Yeah,
but they had both coasts on that.
They did. And I mean, like, there's a lot of more singing actually I found in mumble rap than there is in like songs you hear from Snoop.
Much more melodic than hip hop ever was. And I think that's why it got so popular. Because people were looking for that melody aspect. And also, if you look at A$AP Ferg's new album, Floor Seats, he even used Southern cadence. And that's why that goes back to what Offset was saying in the interview. He's like, it was pioneering. It broke in many ways, and eventually I began to see the Migos as a little bit more than just kind of stupid. Honestly, at first their image to me was annoying, but once they kind of came out with the music video, what was that? You remember makes the culture wheel go round?
Yeah, I remember.
It's like I respect it because they broke certain boundaries, but I think the main beef that I have with mumble rap is that they stepped too much on what came before, acting like they were it.
Yeah,
And
also, there's I think a little bit too much drug use now going on with these rappers. It's like it's now officially affecting their ability to rap, actually to do it well. Like, look at Lil Xan. I mean, oh god, I feel like I'm not gonna. I have a friend of mine. We joked about a lot of my friends actually look like Lil Xan at the moment, and they probably like him too. It's just like, oh god,
people are trying to get carefree.
I know, but I
don't know what it is, man.
He's got to be careful, man. But yeah, I mean, like,
what about this? Look at Maddox.
Yeah,
mad young, like 17 years old, and he broke. Sounds like every other mumble rap artist.
Yeah,
and that's what I can't rock with. No matter how much I can appreciate it, I just can't rock with it because it's like be original people like. And this is going back to like the 90s. There was not one 90s rapper that sounded similar.
No.
Like at all. Because
everyone had their own unique style, yeah.
Exactly. And everybody put time into their craft.
Yeah.
And I think that's what hip hop's really missing.
I mean, you could play like a Tribe Called Quest and then after that play Run DMC or, or Curtis Blow. I know that's dated to say Curtis Blow, but like...
But it's still hip hop.
Yeah, it's still hip hop, and it sounded different. It wasn't like the stereotypical cookie cutter thing. It's now become a lot more cookie cutter.
Yeah,
that's the main thing I have a problem with. And even then, like I have these lists of like rappers who really went off on it, like J. Cole, Eminem, Joyner Lucas, Royce da 5'9", Snoop Dogg. How Eminem did an entire album, based on how much he hated mumble rap, and I totally get it. I listened to every single line. Oh, M, please just kill him, please, because it's like they're like for me, it's like they're everything wrong with rap right now.
But at the same time, I feel like people got out of hand with it too.
Really?
It's like And it's kind of funny because I'm gonna be playing devil's advocate with this.
Yeah.
But like the mumble rappers were like, all right, we'll make a top track then. And it's like, all right, saying something. Mm-hmm. What I would like to see though is that if we could get along, but go back to making original music. Mm-hmm. Yeah. On both.
I'm also going to say this because, like, also I'm a SoundCloud guy for the podcast. Mm-hmm. It's originally called SoundCloud rap, which I sort of hate now because, like...
Yeah, it gives everybody else on SoundCloud a bad rap.
I know. And, like, we originally... This is, like... SoundCloud's, like, our home domain. So it sort of feels like, oh, come on. It cheapens us now. Like, and, like 2010... It's now been around for about 10 years now because, like, we could argue, like, starting, like, in the... just a little at the beginning of this decade in 2010, and we have like all the we have Peep, we have Tasia, we have Zan, which of course like those three, two of them are already dead now, which just like is crazy.
It's just kind of sad.
That's what I mean. Then we have MGK, whose career Eminem I think successfully destroyed. After all, wait, didn't you have to give him a career to destroy it?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. And then 21 Savage, Blockboy JB, which I just love how with Not Alike, Eminem just automatically dissed Blockboy by just copying the same beat.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And then Kodak Black, Migos, Future, Iggy Azalea, Lil Pump.
I couldn't mess with Iggy for the longest time. It was like
I still can't.
We're not even going to go there.
I'm not even going to. I mean, I put Lil Wayne in there just because, like, slowly he's devolving into that. And just sort of with Lollipop, he sort of began this whole thing. I know a lot of rappers, like mumble rappers anyway, who claim that Lollipop was the reason they started doing that style. Because, like, if you look at Lollipop, he's introducing those things in there before Future or designers coming out.
Well, look, it's okay to do the triplet flow. Yeah. But what was... I think wrong with mumble rap is that everybody did it. Yeah. And they all built their career off of something that somebody came up with. So if Lil Wayne brought it in, right?
Yeah.
That's like, to me at least, okay. But the fact that it evolved into you have 1,000 rappers that sound the same, it just kind of got old to me, you know?
I get that, yeah.
Or that even some of them are similarly named, and you can't even tell the difference.
I know.
You know?
I mean, I couldn't even tell the difference of them when they were rapping, much less their names now.
Yeah,
like it's actually pretty funny. But you know what, though? As much as I love to give so much, I give him so much shade for this, give him so much hate for it. But there are some pretty notable supporters out there. Mm. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, actually I was really surprised by? George Clinton. Of course, like Parliament Funkadelic. George Clinton, that guy. Like, he's actually, like, the reason for a lot of early rap because, like, a lot of his songs were sampled in, like Straight Outta Compton, Who Am I, No Vaseline. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say the last one with Ice Cube because there is a swear in that. I do not want to donate to the swear jar just yet. 100 Miles and Running, Bring the Noise, Doggy Style, that type of thing. Like, he's in the rock. He's going to be in the rock. He's already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He said, like, quote, "We try to pay attention to whatever the new music is that gets on your nerves."
And that's what Interscope built its image on.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's happening all over again, but in the rap community.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, Grandmaster Caz, who wrote Rapper's Delight, he's a fan of it. He says, like, they're a different agenda. They do a different thing. They have a different agenda, and they're different generations. Sorry, they do a different thing. They have a different agenda, and their influences come from different places.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the main thing I'm seeing here was, like, with these supporters is that their new generation, they don't know any better. But is that really an excuse, though?
Well, no. And again, I would feel. I guess I would feel less hate if they didn't throw so much shade at what came before them.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, remember how I told you that Kendrick Lamar might pop up? Yeah. Actually, he's one of the biggest supporters, surprisingly, of mumble rap. Considering he's like the Pulitzer Prize winning rapper, one of the best lyricists in the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it brought hip hop to mainstream.
Yeah.
Which is. It's sort of this double-edged sword where, as hip-hop purists, we can hate it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's allowing the rest of us to come back and expand the genre even more. Because there was a season where Migos was the top of the charts. And they just made it so that now pop music is also ubiquitous with rap and R&B now.
Yeah.
Right, we've come a long way from what in the 90s when gangster rap was taboo and there's a lot of tension.
Yeah, of course. And of course, we were talking about the snitch earlier. The rainbow-colored snitch.
Yeah.
Kashi 6ix9ine. There's no way you're going to come back from this, buddy. I'm sorry. You're done. You are done.
Damn.
You are done, man.
Snitch!
Yep. Anyway, this is the Kendrick Lamar quote that I wanted to bring to your attention. Here we go. This is actually from the 30 Under 30 Force magazine issue dated November 14th, 2017. He says, quote, I want hip-hop to continue to evolve. That's why I can't shun a lot of the artists that may not be a Kendrick Lamar. So at the end of the day, as long as you be who you are, but respect what got us here, that's how you continue to evolve.
Agree.
That's the major thing. Like, the main caveat is, you got to respect where you came from. But the thing is, they don't. They really don't respect where they came from. In terms of the rappers,
Yeah, I mean, in some ways it could be that most of them are younger.
Could be. It also could be just overconfidence,
Or it could be they're trying to get controversy because controversy sells.
Yeah, controversy sells cash. The saying goes go. And then T.I. had, this is actually my favorite one that he said. Right? He asked us, Did you understand everything ODB was saying? You did? Y'all from Brooklyn. Did you understand everything Bone Thugs and Harmony was saying? Did your mom and daddy understand everything that James Brown was saying? Which is true. I mean, if you listen back, you have no idea what James Brown is singing in I Feel Good except for, so good, I got you.
Yeah, because different generation has different tastes.
Yeah, I'm oh, God, you don't even know what he's saying. But yeah, I mean, mumble rap is definitely a very interesting history.
Now, what would be interesting is 10 years from now, if it still maintains its listenability.
I'll tell you what. If the show's still here in 10 years, I'll ask you to come on. We'll do it.
There you go.
We got it.
I think, not hating when I say this, but I would wager that people would be a little tired of it by then.
Yeah, I sort of agree. I mean,
it's not this timeless classic record like Purple Rain, Billie Jean.
No, it's more like you can't touch this.
Yeah, or like Mobb Deep's.
Honestly, it's like you can. It's in the same arena.
Quiet Storm.
Yeah, it's like
Mobb Deep's Quiet Storm.
Yeah, it's like in the same arena as You Can't Touch This and Achy Breaky Heart. Like, sorry, Billy Ray Cyrus, but you have a one-hit wonder. Deal with it. The only reason why you're famous is because of your daughter.
Damn.
Sorry.
That's what it is.
It is what it is, though. It is what it is.
Also, that verse on Old Town Road. Now, okay. Do we consider Lil Nas X as mumble rap?
No, actually, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I totally wouldn't, because he's of another genre entirely.
I agree.
And in terms of whether mumble rap should be considered a form of rap, we will get to that after this break. Sorry. We're going to be introducing a new rapper to our show. Checo, I'm sorry, it's not you.
It will be one day, right?
One day it will be. Trust me. I mean, if not this season, then definitely for next one.
For sure.
Yeah. So this guy is someone who I heard about, and I wanted to find a rapper who wasn't a mumble rapper so that way you guys could really enjoy him, and you're about to hear him now. This is from his latest album with Eucalyptus. Ladies and gentlemen, Magnetic the Shaman.
Witness the demonstration, diminished reservations. Moonchild, but born as cold as December babies. I remember waiting in line for chicken fingers and lunch. Now I'm writing lines and these chickens never hitting me up. Love of my life, sheep and asking about my goals and such. When's the day we're moving with each other, just the both of us? I'm Philly living, she in Brooklyn. Couple hours if I rode the bus. Home is where the heart is, I ain't home enough. All I know is love, but it's often my heart's in pain restrained. Separated like Gina and Martin Payne. The game gripped in a cobra clutch. This pen has got the golden touch, dropping gems like the crystals inside of your Folgers cup. Wake up, nah, this ain't the first of the month. This is the spiritual rebirth of a monk in the urban jungle with the fervent urge for dispersing the funk. It would irk me, I used to be known as Urkel to some. I write smooth, Urkel with an ink well. I will always rise after my L's like the way that Blink spelled. I think spells, but this ain't defense against the dark arts. I just gather my magic and set my cards, that's my hallmark.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, boy, you got some work to do. It's time to wake on up, it's time to move, it's time to get back into the groove. It's time to wake on up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, boy, you got some work to do. It's time to wake on up, it's time time to move. It's time to get back into the groove. It's time to wake on up.
So many brothers talking crazy reckless. Eyes are greener than after wearing that fake chain and fugazi necklace. Shoot your shot but don't miss, no kidding, my aim is Legolas. I was raised to face the hate out in blades with amazing penmanship. Praise to the canvas I painstakingly painted my messages on since days of Aladdin on Sega Genesis. In the game with no Letterman, they could gauge me as David the way that I slay my nemesis. My demons laying wait but I can take them down. All I got's my pinky ring, my fellowship, my pain and panic. Peace placed in my language, rhetoric speaks for itself. Even Clarissa couldn't explain it when appraising all the evidence. Praying my depression stay away. Mama think I need a therapist. Okay, you're a snake, but what's a snake to a Severus? Stay woke is fake woke now. I stay swimming like a terrapin until I'm up in heaven with the seraphim. Amen.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, boy, you got some work to do. It's time to wake on up. It's time to move. It's time to get back into the groove. It's time to wake on up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, boy, you got some work to do. It's time to wake on up. It's time to move. It's time to get back into the groove. It's time to wake on up.
Once again, that was Eucalyptus and Magnetic the Shaman. The album Pinky Ring, the song is Wake Up. Well, the album is also on iTunes and Spotify, links in the description. But let's get into it with our resident rapper here, Checo. What'd you think about that, man?
It's pretty tight.
Yeah, you think so?
Nice little juxtaposition of out of what we normally hear from Philly.
Yeah.
Also, I'd produce a track for him.
Yeah, you would?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, so Magnetic, if you're listening to this, and I hope you are, you have a producer right here, right across
ready to chop it up with you,
right across the mic from me, who would really love to produce a track for you. Facts. I mean, it's just really good. It's a good combination of old school and new school, like the new sound, but with sort of a older, pop style. It's so good. I really,
and just keep on working on those lyrics and the references, man. Like, you know, it comes with time. Like,
yeah.
A year ago, I couldn't freestyle. Now I'm mildly freestyling.
Yeah, I mean, like the references to Stefan Raquel from Family Matters, Clarissa Explains It All.
Exactly.
Oh my God,
it's real tight.
That was so cool, and I have to admit, I'm excited the fact that we're able to get these type of guests on the show.
Sure.
Yeah. So we are now going to go into the debate. The main event of the evening. Thank you, Bruce Buffer. Should mumble rap be considered a form of rap?
Yes.
Well, I put it first up to our listeners, and actually it was a very narrow margin. 60% consider mumble rap a type of rap, 40% don't. But it was like out of 5 votes, it was like 3-2.
Oh, yeah, not a big enough sample.
Not big enough. I know, so that's why I said it was so close down the middle.
Yeah.
You know? So let's see. So what's the case for it? Well, first of all, it's literally in the name of the genre, mumble rap. It's not called mumble rock or mumble country, It's mumble rap. It could also be considered an evolution. Consumers haven't really given mumble rap enough time to develop. And whether good or bad, people would still consider this an evolution. So
if it's developing at all.
One more time?
If it's developing at all.
Oh, I'd love to hear where this goes. If it's developing at all, just please.
I mean, don't all those tracks sound the same as when they first came out?
That's true.
So, not a lot of development there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not. But
it made money.
Yeah.
And it broke the charts. So,
it did.
I guess in that regard, it's a genre.
Yeah. So now the case against. Well, first of all, mumble rap actually can be traced back to trap and EDM, which aren't necessarily forms of rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, not necessarily.
And also, right before mumble rap came out, drill music was popping.
Yeah, man.
Everybody thought that was trash.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember the turmoil that drill music caused.
Yeah.
At least in New York, it was like, what are you listening to? That's so aggressive. But,
yeah.
I'll look at it this way. Look at the difference between classic rock and roll and then when punk came out.
Yeah.
It was looked at in much the same way as mumble rap.
Yeah.
I think just as a genre, now that it's evolved more versus mumble rap, it's still relatively new. I don't know.
All right. So, I mean, the next part that actually sort of solidifies for me my personal response. You know, some of the most prominent mumble rappers don't even call themselves rappers.
Which is kind of ridiculous.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, look at these are two quotes. One's from Lil Uzi Vert, the most infamous quote of his career, probably. "I'm not a rapper. I'm a rock star." Oh my god!
Didn't he do a music video where he was listening to like rock and roll and they had guns and stuff?
Yeah, I think so. Like,
yeah,
really no.
That was a really weird music video.
If you are a rock star, then you will not need to rap. You can just use a guitar. We saw what happened with Limp Bizkit, so that never ends up well. Yeah, and then of course Lil Yachty going, "No, I don't know. I would say artist, but then I'm just here. I'm not a rock star. You would think I'm a rock star by my shows, but I don't want it that way." Yeah. So, like, if the most prominent mumble rappers are not even calling themselves rappers, then should mumble rap be considered rap? That's my school of thought, personally.
Interesting.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Well, regardless of what they say they are, I think they're still rapping. So the form factor is in rap.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like, if it's rap, would you call it rap? If it's rock and roll, would you call it rock and roll? You know, like, you're rapping, you're singing a lot, but you're still rapping.
I mean, like,
hip hop.
Yeah, I'm just going to hold this up for a second. Like, this is the swear jar, and then this is a wire. So what I'm holding in my left hand, because you guys can't see this, my left hand I'm holding the swear jar. My right hand I'm holding the wire. If I was saying the wire that I'm holding in my right hand is the swear jar, and the swear jar in my left hand is the wire, doesn't make any sense?
No.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I mean, like, maybe not exactly in those terms, but there is a very clear difference between rap and rock, you know? So so like, if you're not calling yourself a rapper, then what the hell are you, you know? Mm-hmm. You know, that's the thing. You know, I mean, even mumble rap lacks a lot of distinguishing qualities of rap, you know? That's the thing. And then, of course, like...
which is why I brought it to drill music, because when that came out, people were like, "What is this? Like, this isn't rap. They're not writing." It was like very droning and like repetitive. And then right after, drill music came out, mumble rap was kicking. So you could see it was already brewing. It's just now it's here and we don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, of course, man, of course. And of course, like, some of the most well-known rappers who are just, like, so technically proficient, who are just so on top of their game, they've openly called mumble rap lazy. That should give you a bit of a indication.
I agree it's lazy. That's what almost, that's a part of the genre, though.
Yeah.
Not defending it. I'm just saying, if you think about mumble rap, you're not looking for crazy bars. I mean, look at what happened with DaBaby's new album.
Yeah, man.
Right, Kirk, it was like, because everybody's main complaint was the flow sounded the exact same as his previous album.
Yeah.
So I think the issue is longevity.
Yeah.
Just when a new mumble rapper comes out, they pop and they blow up. But can they last that distance? Can they last that length of time that all the greats did?
Yeah, man.
Kind of a strange question.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. In the debate, should mumble rap be considered a form of rap? Where is the line drawn? Like, what do you think in this? What's your answer?
I kind of look at your example where it's like, I can't call it rock and roll.
Yeah.
I can't call it country.
Mm-hmm.
I can't call it indie, but I can call it hip hop.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to call it a part of rap.
Okay.
Whether they like it or not, it's still very based and seeped in hip hop culture.
Yeah.
And all the producers are hip hop producers.
Yeah.
And as far as they can fantasize that they're out of that realm, they're still making it in that genre.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, in my case anyway, I feel like the artists define the art.
Yes.
So in this case, if they don't define it as rap, then why should we even consider it rap?
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah, I mean, like, and even when you look at what they're doing, it's not necessarily rap. Actual rappers, think it's not rap. They feel actually ashamed to even be considered in the same plateau as rap. If you listen to, like, all of Kamikaze, listen to Snoop Dogg, to Dre, to Khalifa, none of them, like...
Because mumble rappers are not MCs.
Yeah.
They don't have the technical background
or the capability
to do that. Now, in certain cases, they do show prowess, but it's so rare and so against the culture of mumble rap that it's like you don't see that a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to all the mumble rappers, by the way, who think that we're wrong, prove us wrong.
Like, yeah, like, or what about this? When, I don't know if it was Lil Yachty or, what was it? It's slipping.
Lil Pump, Lil Xan.
Kodak. Whether it was Lil Yachty or Kodak Black, and they were like, well, one of them was like, I don't feel like I need to freestyle anymore. Like, what's the point of freestyling or something like that?
It's about keeping your flow, keeping your rhythm, making sure that like you can still be on point from anything.
That used to be something like that every rapper was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right? And now like it's less of an emphasis, right? Yeah. It's just weird. It's weird how culture goes, man. But the one thing I will say is like the other rappers, if they're gonna talk so much nonsense, have to keep up too. And that's what I think we're seeing now with like all these other artists coming up. Also, the rise of mumble rap in some ways made R&B pop even more. But now they're crisscrossing a lot too. So we're in a really interesting era of music right now.
Yeah.
Where even the R&B sounds very similar to the other R&B album. It's like a lot of copycats everywhere you go, all over the music industry.
So I'm going to ask you one final question before we go off the air. Where do you see the future of rap going?
I definitely see it moving past mumble rap. I kind of see it going back to meaningful lyrics. Yeah. Because you can only rap about nothing for so long.
And drugs and girls.
And repeat. Yeah. And so one thing I'm really excited about is even in gangster rap, sort of like sharing more than just the stigma, sharing more than just the stereotype. In my own music, I want to mix, in some ways, different influences and different genres. Yeah. And just be unapologetic. I'm going to just speak my truth, as everybody likes to say it.
Speak your truth, man.
Yeah. And to be authentic and to just not have anybody that sounds like me, whether in production, engineering, or rapping. And if that takes me longer to do that and longer to get there, so be it. Yeah. I think more rappers and more musicians as a whole in our modern streaming era need to think about that. Like, what's going to set me apart from the rest of the artists? Because there's so many artists now. There's so much music to take in. It matters about the quality now more than ever.
Of course. Yeah. Checo, thank you. Seriously, thank you so much for coming on to this week's show. You have been absolutely outstanding. And I really can't wait to have you either as a musical guest or just as a guest panelist again, just because.
Yeah, sure. Anytime.
Yeah, you are. And we didn't contribute a single thing to the swear jar.
It's because I don't have any quarters.
I planned
it out.
I mean, I have one quarter, but at the same time, like, you weren't
getting a single coin from me. That's what I said from the beginning, and you didn't get a single coin. How do you feel?
I feel a little weird, but if you want to say a word right now, I can drop it in. Oh, yes! Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first entry into the swear jar, and I'm going to just open it up right now.
History has been made, but that's on you, because you made me do it.
I know, history has been made. Oh, almost. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here it comes. There it is. Our first drop into the LLD swear jar. 25 cents to a charity of my choosing. Yes.
You have an idea of what charity?
I already know what charity.
Okay, cool.
And I'm only going to keep it a secret until the season finale.
Awesome.
That's a good idea. Checo, again, thank you so much. You can follow him. All the social media will be in the description. You can follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Love and Debate. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud.
If I throw out my Instagram in it?
Yeah, you can throw out your Instagram if you want.
A_A Pacheco. Follow me.
Yeah, you should.
Producer.
You absolutely should. My thanks, of course, to Checo over here, to Zachary Crown, Owlia Johnny for sort of their collaboration on music. Imogen Aiken, thank you for your voice. Jaya and Magneta the Shaman, you guys are amazing. Thank you for contributing your music. That's all for this week. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, ready to go for the next episode. Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, keep loving, keep learning, keep debating. The revolution will be back in 2 weeks' time, and I'll see you next time on Olia's Opinions. Goodbye.
Peace.
This has been an LLD production, recorded in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.